Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming on. I'm sorry about the late announcement tonight. I was on the bubble about doing a show. My wife isn't feeling very well and kind of wanted to make sure I got her blessing before I, left her for a couple hours to talk with you fine folks. But I got the blessing. She's doing well. She's upstairs in bed, chicken soup, tea, all those things that you do when you're sick. So away we go with the show. Again, thanks everybody for coming in. I saw a bunch of thumbs up really early on, which I appreciate. I suspect it might have something to do with our deal about the sales, but let's see. Postcard guy Kevin, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Good to have you. Craven Cards, welcome to the show. Good evening. I saw you comment on a video recently. Welcome to the show. Hello, Vintage Cadra. Welcome aboard. Bartermania, as always. Cheers, man. And cheers it is. It's one of those nights. What's up, Kelly? Marco. Polo. Oh, because you're waiting for me to come on. That's funny. Hey, Dawn. How you doing? Welcome aboard. Hey, Mark. No, not anymore. Thanks for coming in, Mark. Prost. Mike, Prost. Yes. Hi, Keith. What's going on, man? Hey, Jim. How are you? And Lori, welcome aboard. Hello, Terry. Welcome. Good evening to you. And Joanne. Welcome aboard. I also saw a comment from you, I believe, recently. Welcome to the show, Joanne. If this is your first time live, great to have you. Believable Blessings, welcome to the show. Great to have you as well. So Monday night, chat show time. Can get your thumbs up in if you have a chance. Hi, all. How you doing, Sandy? Welcome to the show. Yes, welcome and hello to everybody, including you, Dawn, of course, as always. Ralph, good evening, sir. How are you? Two quick announcements, not really announcements. In the, what do they call the section in YouTube? It's on my channel. Not membership board. Something like where you could just do a post, community tab, something like that. I just did two quick ones right before the show. The first was a little bit of an announcement night before. I've already completed a video, a part 8 video for the video series, the print ad video series. So part 8 will be up tomorrow. I finished recording it. I just have to do a little final editing, which I'll do after the show tonight. And that'll be up tomorrow. So hopefully you guys will check that out tomorrow. Part 8. Who knew? I think part 6 was as far as I intended to go. And then part 7 kind of was based upon some requests. And same thing with part 8. So I'm happy to get that done. That'll be up tomorrow. So check that out. And then really cool was this just fell into my lap. I was just looking up some postcard stuff. And I found a really cool interview from, it looks like about a year or two ago, with Mary L. Martin, legendary postcard guru. It goes in. It's a little interview video snippet. I just put it on there. I don't know how long it was, maybe an hour or so. I don't even remember whose channel it was, but I did put a link in that community tab. So if any of my fellow postcard connoisseurs would like to check that out, it's pretty cool. I didn't watch the whole thing yet because I had a show to get done here, but check that out. It's pretty cool to see Mary Martin. She tells a story about how her parents were heavily into postcards and she kind of inherited the the business. So good stuff. Check that out. They're both available in the community tab if you want to check it out. Did you, Mark? Well, you're one of the few. That's going to be part 2 of my opening remarks here. Community. Yeah, community tab, Kelly. Thank you. Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if it's a case... because I don't think I subscribe to many channels, obviously, too. And I don't know if I've ever received a notification about a community tab, but I use it. I think it's a nice option to go back and forth and, stuff that doesn't really warrant a video. Just a, hey, how you doing? And announcements. I think it's a nice little option to use. So check out mine. I definitely will go into that once in a while. Keith says he tore apart his first magazine. Well done, man. Well done. Very excited for you. If you care to share what magazine it was, let us know. Hey, Jeff, how are you? Good evening. Hi, Connie. How are you? Yes, she did an interview with a library. Did you check it out already? Had you ever seen that before, Connie? I don't know if, I wasn't sure if maybe it was a pretty common interview or anything. It just popped up in my feed. I was like, oh, man, that's Mary Martin. Very cool. Yeah, that's good work, Keith. Good luck. Oh, yeah? Very cool. Life magazine from 70. Beautiful. Good luck with that. How many, do you remember how many ads you were able to I was going to say, surgically remove from that magazine? Mark sold a nice shiny chrome one. They all sell, don't they? And you wash all your linens. That's a good practice. I had an abysmal sales weekend. Record-shattering bad weekend of sales. Don't know what to attribute it to. Certainly not whining, other than Dawn, who I whine to now and then. I'm not going to whine about it. I took the opportunity today to, this morning was pretty good, but it's been dead since like noon. I haven't had anything since noon, but the morning was okay. But I did take the opportunity today to kind of refine some listings, change a couple of titles, move some words around. I also did some inventory over my back this way. See that black thing? All those things? Well, there's some postcards. What do you know? That's all listed stuff. What I did is I did a physical inventory like you would do in a warehouse or a store environment. And I kind of went into some of these things. And I just made sure that everything was still active in eBay and that I had it, correctly identified in my inventory. Just kind of stuff that's been sitting there for a while, hard goods and some other things like that. So I did a little bit of a refinement to my listings in general. I wound up ending a few of them that were just like junk that we've had up forever that haven't sold. Got rid of those. I put them in a basket that we'll take to. We have a drop off. It's a thing called Green Drop, and they basically you can donate stuff free. You just pull up and they empty it out for you, which is pretty cool. And if you choose to, you can do a charitable donation to a series of causes. We already have, I think it's Purple Heart, something like that. We donate to with some frequency just for junk in the basement. So stuff like that. Once in a while, I'll just get a bag together and get rid of it, just to make room for more postcards. So that was my day, and my girls, two of my girls came over. My youngest daughters came over for kind of a surprise visit, so we hung out with them for a little bit. But anyway, yeah, abysmal sales weekend. Don't know what's going on this morning. Okay, let's see what happens. Weekly polls, yeah. Scissor and knife. You saw it a while ago. Cool. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. So everybody, if you want to check it out, it is in my community tab. I just put a link to it 20 minutes ago. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty interesting to hear about her background. I'm going to have to finish it up. I didn't finish the whole thing yet. Keith hasn't sold anything since the last live on Friday night. Yeah, it was bad this weekend. I don't know what's going on. One of my friends, totally unrelated, said, "Oh, maybe it's because of the football games." I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if all my postcard and front ad people are busy watching football. I don't know. Who knows? Now and then. Yeah, right? That you had to let it go, though. Oh, cool, Keith. Swim lessons. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, go get them. Yeah, well, there you go. That's very, very creative thinking there. Hello, CJ. How are you? Welcome to the show. CJ is in his post, as always. Yeah, I'm sure Mark feels bad a lot. Lori says, visit from the kids are great, but they take up time. Yeah, especially unsolicited visits. It was cool. Of course, there was a hidden agenda involved, which sort of, Daddy, we just wanted to come and say, oh, by the way. But it's okay. One of my daughter's laptops, her screen is like all messed up. So I have it with me. I'll take a look at it later on. We wound up running out and doing a little food shopping. I picked them up some stuff, and so they could take it home. And only spent a couple of hours. It wasn't a big deal. It's always obviously a welcome visit. We're lonely here. Your polls go out every Saturday. Schedule them. Really? Okay, cool. That's good to know. Virtual Shopkeeper, how are you? Good evening. Welcome aboard. Great to have you on the show. All right, I think I'm caught up with comments. Not too bad. 713. Yeah, abysmal sales. Let me know how your sales have been. It's kind of an obligatory question. I know when you ask 10 people, you'll get 10 different answers. I'm sure some people had the best weekend they've ever had, of course. So no rhyme or reason, as we all know. I just, took it with a grain of salt. And like I said, today's agenda was basically a little refining of some listings. I did do 1,200 and then sell some yesterday. And I got a couple of quick sales in the morning, but I don't know, again, whether that had to do with that or not. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Just keep trucking, just keep list. You list, you sell, as someone once said. I agree with that. So I listed. You're going to have the buyer cancel an order to buy from others right off. There you go. It's a good idea. Connie says the phone has been, yeah, isn't that eerie? The eerie silence when you don't hear the cha-ching side. It's sends chills up and down the spine, doesn't it? One had four sales over the weekend. Yeah, it's been for me and apparently for a couple of others. But you know how it goes, right? Like I said, you ask 10 people, you'll get 10 totally different responses. See, Ralph had a great weekend, way above average. You listed every day last week. Popeye is right. You list yourself. I agree. I list every day too. I can't even imagine a day going by short of, like, God forbid, some sort of health issue, or, if you're visiting family, whatever, that's totally acceptable. But on a normal quote unquote day, I'm listing stuff, postcards, print ads, anything I got. I was telling you about the inventory thing I did with some of this junk up here. I forgot I had like 4 or 5 Stephen King books that, I don't know what happened. I think I put them on an auction and they didn't sell on the auction. I've sold Stephen King books over the years many, many times. They're very popular. My mother-in-law is a huge fan. I may have mentioned this previously, but if I haven't, my mother-in-law is a huge Stephen King fan. She gets all the novels. She reads them once and then kind of discards them, gives them to my wife, who likes it too. So these books are like pristine, and we've been selling them with some regularity for several years now. But I had a couple up there for whatever reason. I forgot to relist after they didn't sell in the auction. I had them up for, like, I don't know, $5 or something. They didn't sell. So what I wound up doing was just putting them back up as buy it nows. So we'll see what happens. So I had a couple of things like that. Like, it's amazing. Long ago, many years, maybe 5-6 years ago, my wife was a big fan. We used to go to Barnes and Noble all the time with my 2 little girls, who are now in their 20s, but they were, when they were teenagers, we would hang out at Barnes and Noble and just enjoy a day together and go get a coffee. They had like a Starbucks thing. Just something we used to like to do on a weekend and with the girls. And I love looking at the books and all. Well, anyway, you know how Barnes and Noble will have like a huge magazine section, a rack of magazines. Well, even 5-6 years ago, I remember watching videos about people doing the dreaded dumpster dives. We found out when we drove in back of Barnes and Noble that they had a big old dumpster in back of Barnes and Noble. And my wife is always one to get dirty. She'll jump right in. She's like, I don't care, let's go. Lifted up the thing, and lo and behold, there were hundreds. I mean, maybe not hundreds, 100, maybe more. Perfect magazines. And we actually talked because we were there so often. We were kind of friendly with some of the staff. They said, yeah, they have to rotate those magazines. It'll say on the magazine, display until, and it's usually like a month or 2. That's about it. And what they did is they would just get rid of them to rotate to make room for new magazines, new issues, current issues. And they would put these magazines in a dumpster that was dedicated solely to magazines. There wasn't like, regular garbage in there or anything nasty. It was dry as a bone. They were often wrapped in like that plastic wrapping that you'll see around newspapers, and just like kind of gingerly placed in the dumpster. And that was in the early days of my full-time eBay thing. We used to grab these magazines, and some of them were like UK imports and stuff. Sold them for great money, totally free. I mean, completely free, out of the bin. Well, anyway, I still have some up in one of those things, and I was kind of rotating through those and seeing, if there's anything I could change with the title, like I said, or modify, or did I forget to list some of them? So I did all that kind of stuff today, and it felt good. It increased my listing total a little bit, and it's a good idea for me once in a while just to because I'm so focused now on these postcards and the print ads. That's my 2 biggest things. On records, that's the 3 biggest things. But I have lots of other stuff that have been up for a while or that I still have to get up. And it was a great day for that kind of activity, just going through other things that were on postcard, print ad, or record related. So it was a good time. I actually enjoyed doing it. Very nicely done, Ralph. Saturday was great. Sunday and Monday were okay. 51 since Friday night. They are turning. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you talked about I saw your post that said, note to self, don't turn off offers. Yeah, your sales will just plummet. I think there are people that sort by, when they're doing the searches, if you're not, I don't know if they sort by it, but if you don't allow offers, they won't even look at the listings. I'm sure everybody knows this, that a lot of buyers use saved searches. They could set up a set of parameters and have a saved search, and they'll get emails sent to them or alerts on eBay whenever a new item is listed in whatever their criteria was. I have a couple of those for records and stuff. And things like that, they might just do a kind of a high-level overview and say, no offers. I'm not even going to look at it. So let's see. CJ listed 160 and sold 2. That over this weekend, CJ? Got a lot of people watching but not buying. Weird weekend. Yeah, it's strange. And welcome, Victoria. How you doing? And Dreamy, what's up? Sorry, I missed that one. How you doing, Dreamy? Number cards sold per day. Goal is 14. Is that the new? That was the New Year's resolution, right? Marcus translation. Yeah, exactly. That's the convoluted way of saying how many sales I'd like a day. 10 over the weekend, but not big money. 3 DVDs. Cool. Yeah, slow is all get out. Ridiculous. Alarmingly so. Didn't panic, didn't flip out, didn't do a tirade or anything. But of course, it's depressing. I'm almost at the point now. I think many of us, hopefully we all get to this point, is that you just resolve yourself to the fact there's going to be lousy days, lousy periods. So what, as long as at the end of the day, you're able to feed yourself and your family and hopefully you have more good days than bad. These things just happen. You list every day. Me too, Connie. Probably had 40 orders over the weekend, but it seems really quiet. Yeah, that's just, to me, that's extremely respectable. No, not a good feeling at all. Indian good luck symbol on the front on eBay? Like American Indian? I wouldn't think you wouldn't be able to. I don't think you should say Indian anymore, but you probably have to say like, what do you say? Dawn knows this stuff. What do you say, Dawn? What do they call them now? Native American or something. Slow but steady. There you go. Steady's a good thing. Yeah, don't call it a swastika is correct. But again, remember, pre-33, completely acceptable. I had the note up from eBay from that email that I referenced last week. And thank you to all. I got several emails from people who watched the show on Friday. I was talking about the Facebook group that I found where you could sell some of that, the Black Americana kind of stuff. At least you can sell anything you want. It's an ephemera group, but they haven't, banned any of that stuff. So it's a nice outlet. And again, thanks to anybody who reached out to me about that. And thanks to Dave from $1 Million Peddlers. They were on their show last week on Wednesday, and they mentioned my show. So again, right back at you. Go check out $1 Million Peddlers. If you're foolish enough to have not seen them yet, I recommend you go check them out. Good guys. And they were talking about the same thing. It's just something to be aware of. My scenario was what was the ads that I got what was the product? Not Aunt Jemima. Aunt Jemima was last year. Not Uncle Ben's, but Cream of Wheat. Cream of Wheat ads. Be careful with Cream of Wheat. They're taking them down. Chapters, Canadian, Barnes and Nobles. Oh, you have a different name for it. That's interesting. Yeah, and interesting enough, they didn't. Right, I think they do that for a portion of them, but the ones we found, Dawn, and this is a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, Barnes and Noble, they didn't go out of business, but they moved from our prime location to a really lousy one, like a mile down. That's like a tenth of the size. It's tiny. It doesn't have the couches and all the cozy accoutrements that we used to like. It doesn't have a coffee shop, so we never go in that place. But they moved, and so with it went the dumpster dive thing. But it was like the cleanest dumpster diving you would ever. You could eat off of that dumpster. Not that you'd want to, but you could conceivably eat off of the dumpster floor. It was clean. It was just magazines, nothing else. And I swear they looked like they were gingerly placed. They weren't thrown. They were like placed in there. It was like just for the taking. Like, man, we'll take them. Sold a lot of magazines that way. I always love getting the UK imports because they sold for a premium. They were stickered at like $20 sometimes for guitar magazines. For there was several we found. It was like train collector magazines, airplane related magazines, all from the UK that all sold for like $15-20. Yeah, I think so. Worst life. Kelly did some sorting of postcards this weekend. A little behind on your 500-week goal, but you'll get that. Yeah, of course you will. It's good to have goals. Mark does not counter offer when you send offers. I don't either. I don't allow counter offers either. Cool. Yeah, Mark's a no frills kind of guy. Doesn't partake in all these gimmicks that eBay provides for him. He's like, list the card, let it sell on its own merit. I don't need no witchcraft. Right, Mark? Yeah, I best offer him pretty much everything too. We're gonna kick this year. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Me too, Jimmy Boss. Salud to everybody. Prost. Where's Mike? I know I banged this out in the previous show, but God, I love this thing. Look at this mug from Munich. Got it off the eBay, $15. A liter of beer. So good. Going down nicely. I haven't had a beer in like a month. Yeah, those are all the new acceptable terms. So yeah, I don't think it would be a problem. Congratulations, Terry. First one. Leave those thumbs up, folks. Primarily because you enjoy the content and like the show. But again, it's an added benefit. Very high likelihood you're going to get a sale during the show if you leave a thumbs up. So just letting everybody know. Throwing it out there, as they say. Yep, just put Native American. Cool. Look for that. So you'll see, speaking of the community tab, waiting to see the Jiminy Flip It bumper stickers. Just kidding. Flying off the shelves. In Canada, it's First Nations Metis Inuit. That's why we're not in Canada. Mark, carry all your postcards to the post office. I'll be thinking, oh, there you go. Thank you. I appreciate that. You should be thinking of me with some frequency, regardless of what you're doing. Wonder what Marty's doing right now. Friend Lisa works at independent bookstore in Winnipeg, and she's able to bring home certain magazines worth a fortune. Cool. That's really nice. Yep. The voodoo. So everybody's kind of mixed bag with sale. I feel better knowing that like everybody isn't living high on the hog. No offense to anyone, but misery loves company as the expression goes. So I'm glad to hear that everybody's tanking. No, nobody's tanking. It looks like everybody's getting steady sales, which is cool. Mid-January. I mean, this is kind of doldrums, right? We still have a little over 2 months left of this pitiful season they call winter. And now to me, you would think that means that most people are home. Most people are going to be looking for stuff online because of nasty weather. But again, we continue to bask in insanely warm temperatures for this time of year, and just still not a flake of snow in my area yet on January 16th. Got to be a record of some kind. Métis is French. Métis. Oh, okay. What does Métis mean? Métis? That's a pirate for Métis. What else is going on that I want to bring up? Like I said in the description, if you look down, I said a quick one. It might be a quick show. We'll see. I just feel bad. My wife being sick and all. I don't want to spend too much time, but we'll see. I'm sure she'll chime in if I am required upstairs. Inuit. Thank you, Don, for the pronunciation. Did you get snow today? No, sir. You got 9 inches? Holy cow. No, man, we have not had a flake to speak of all year. We're currently at 40. It was 50 degrees again today and beautiful, sunny. Cold wind out of the north, but wind chill was chilly, but it was sunny and beautiful. Not an inch of snow. And again, as I look, because we do this on every show, we have Monday the 16th is today, all the way out to Wednesday the 25th, consistently in the mid to upper 40s. Wednesday 53, Thursday rain 55. Friday sunny, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all sunny, upper 40s, 54, and rain on next Wednesday the 25th. So, I mean, just no sign of snow of any kind coming. And beautifully, our sunset has finally surpassed the 5 o'clock mark. We are now getting a sunset at 5:02. So brighter times are ahead, no pun intended. By the time we get to Wednesday the 16th, the sun will set at 5:12. So we get that rapid increase in sunlight, always a good thing for those who enjoy the sun. And I'm a big fan. I just counted you sold 35 postcards and 8 action figures. Cool. And what's your goal? 14 a day? So you're over that, right? Weekend, considering some people might define weekend as like starting on Friday. I'm counting Saturday and proper weekend. Saturday, Sunday, weekend. I don't know how everybody quantifies that. Hey, Allie, how you doing? Coating of snow. Yeah, 40s, 50s again every day. Nothing here. Jimmy's in the 70s in Texas. God bless. And you spent over 200. So you're at a net major loss there, Mark. But he's a happy boy. He's not traveling to foreign countries, figuring out their Y2K issues, correct? Sitting in the comfort of your home, selling stupid pieces of paper, as Popeye would say. After postcard closes Friday night. Yeah, again, my weekend is defined as the actual weekend. There's some people that say, well, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday sales. No, Friday's a weekday. To each their own. Whatever. Saturday, Sunday, brutal for me. Brutal. Hi, Joe. How are you? 100 miles from me. What? Do you live on the Antarctic border by any chance, Joe? It's crazy. Yeah, I know. A lot of the world's getting crushed with snow. We just haven't had a flake. Not a flake. Jimmy Buys loves those stupid pieces. I love selling those too. I could care less about them. No, that's not true. I actually do enjoy them. Stupid pieces of paper for me are also the print ads. I mean, why somebody would spend $20 on a sheet of paper from a Life magazine from 1939, I couldn't tell you. But thank God they do. Or I'd be in deep doo-doo. Dawn with a Wikipedia copy-paste. The whatevers are indigenous peoples, both indigenous and European heritage due to the fur trade. All righty. Thank you, Dawn. Victoria says she went to an amazing auction house estate sale. That is very cool. Downsizing their warehouse so people would come by, pay $50, they could fill up an entire Oh, my goodness. Dig and pick. Did you make out, Victoria? Did you make out like a bandit? 11 movie press kits. Wow, that's cool. Press kits, yeah, the folders that have the 8.5 by 11s and all the documentation, right? Very cool. Yeah, check out that video, Mark's video. Mark at SM Postcards on the YouTubes. Yes, Lori, we had the weather report. It's obligatory. It's got to be done. Snowing in Reno at 2 to 3 inches. Nothing here, Lori. I actually want a snowstorm. You know what I mean? For the whole winter, you want at least one paralyzing blizzard, provided it's not on a night I have a Beatles show. No blizzards then. Stay away. But any other night, like tonight, show me a foot of snow. I'd be doing a jig outside, but no, nothing. Joe is east of San Francisco. Beautiful. Send the boy to work, huh, Lori? That's a good thing. Lori, how do you watch the Jiminy Flip It Chat Show? You got me on the YouTube? You got me on Roku or something, like up on the big screen as you guys are shipping and listing and stuff? Where do you got me going? I remember I asked this question a while ago. It was hysterical to see all the different results. I really got a kick out of that. So like, oh, I'm on the iPad. I'm on the Roku. I'm on this. I'm on this. It's crazy. Kelly is the weatherman at work. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. That's a natural, thing to do. Cool, sure. So on with all the current definitions until 20 years from now when they say, oh, you can't say Inuit. That's bad. It's so silly. It's so silly. What's in a name? Yes. Print ads definitely sell, as a general rule, at a higher price than postcards. But again, in my little 3 or 4 month sampling now, postcards definitely sell. They have a higher sell-through rate than print ads, without question, so far. But they sell, in my case, at the low end 15, at the high end 25, 30 usually, at least for a print ad. Postcards, I'm in the $5 to $10 realm almost exclusively, with a handful of over $10. And again, my mega sale was a $50 sale, like the first week I get into postcards. Yep, the press kits are awesome. Yeah, those press kits. There's Mark's channel. Go check them out. Victoria, you got some great stuff. No magazines. That's okay. Jewelry, sure. Gold-plated mourning. Oh, we talking funerary items? Beautiful. Congratulations. Oh, my son just gave me this. My son. Let me just tell you, folks. Knowing that his sisters were coming to visit, he goes, Daddy, my son collects. I know absolute Zippo about this, but he says, maybe some of you people know this. Kelly might know this. Kelly's kind of in the age range. These are I don't know what they are. Hold on. Is it Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever? Come on, camera. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I don't know why it's not focusing. Well, whatever. He gave me a stack of cards. Let's see what they are. I don't even know what they are. With a little love note attached with details about each card. Asked me if I could list them for him. Entomb. My God, I have no idea what these are. Enchantment, Instant Enchantment, Sylvan Library, Entomb. They look like almost like I guess they're not Pokemon or whatever. Wizards of the Coast. They're cards. They're these little cards. He gave me a handful and asked me if I could go on eBay and sell them for him. So we'll see what happens. He's got all these descriptions for me. Thank goodness, because I know nothing about any of that stuff. So I'll be checking that out tonight. So I have a busy night ahead of me. Got to edit my video. Got to look up my son's little cards, whatever the heck they are. What else? Okay, we went through. That's awesome, Victoria. Very good stuff. Total items won at auction, 703, 26-inch. Oh, 26-inch, 26 cents. Congratulations, Mark. You do win. Big time. On the big screen, he was laptop. Cool. Thanks, Lori. Uh-oh, I see World War II. Lapel pins and medals. Very, very cool, Victoria. That's awesome. Hey, Michael, how are you? Good evening. I'm on the big screen. I'm used to being on the big screen, quite frankly. But the type in the chat in the computer, no problem. Believable Blessings got me on the Roku. Phone for commenting. Very cool. Well, again, thank you. No matter how you're watching, thank you very much for watching. It is truly appreciated. All right, hubby with the update. We got 4 to 6 inches. Okay. You must have been inside all day. Yeah, good. Better than being out in 4 to 6 inches of snow, right? Yeah, who knows? I don't know that that's derogatory to anybody, but I don't know anymore. I just don't know. It's hard to keep up. Like I said, they'll change in 10 years or whatever. They'll change that Inuit is somehow offensive or whatever. I don't get it. I just don't care. That is awesome. Uh-oh, Kevin with the self-promotion. Go ahead. He just posted a 3-party latest real photo. Anyone interested? Absolutely. We're all interested, and I will check it out because that was an exceptional. Would you get 10,000 photos, right? 10,000 real photo cards? Incredible, Kevin. So go check out Kevin. Dawn, if you would be kind enough to please put a link for Postcard Guy Kevin's channel. Got to get his numbers up. Why is Eskimo derogatory, Dawn? What's derogatory about that term? Magic. MTG. Yeah, I'm not sure, Kelly. In fact, I might even send these to you, man, on Instagram, just so you could tell me. My son's great at this stuff. He just turned 25. He's been into all these Pokemon stuff and Yu-Gi-Oh. That was always his thing. These cards, I think I told everybody, right? He put himself through a university, essentially, reselling all that junk. So God bless him. Yeah, exactly. One of those two. Who knows? These wacky kids. Whale seal fat. Yeah, exactly. Whale blubber, I think they call it. I'm sure it's awesome. Yeah, there you go. Michael with an endorsement about the card. Thank you, Dawn. There's the link for Kevin's channel. Go check him out, Postcard Guy. Down in sunny Sarasota-ish area, I think you said. No, I'm not going there at all. I'm just being a helpful daddy, helping my son for a small commission. Yeah, no problem, man. Get him up. Go check him out. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I let him do his little wacky world of crazy cards, and every once in a while he goes, "Daddy, give me, take these and sell them." Okay. They sort all the cards for the big guys. Okay. Should have my son on as a guest one week. I mean, seriously, he knows what he's talking about with that stuff. Only 40-inch? Come on. You can do better than that. Best Buy. They got a sale tonight. 65. What's a respectable size television nowadays? That's another thing that changes. For those who might know, I worked at Geek Squad for about 6 months at Best Buy about 10 years ago. As just a something to do kind of thing. And man, oh man, let me just tell you. It was laughable, like the TVs, and they would just come out. I worked there on a Black Friday, which was a madhouse. My first and only foray into retail in my whole life, other than when I was like 18 and 19. I worked in a Kmart. They used to have restaurants in Kmart, a cafe thing, and I was a cook in a Kmart when I was like 18. But other than that, I've never worked in retail other than the Geek Squad thing. And it's crazy. The TVs were just funny. Like, they go up 5 inches every couple of months. And all of a sudden, everybody had to have the latest, 55, 65, 75. I wonder what's considered a good size television nowadays. I'm out of that too. 40 inches sounds incredibly respectable to me. I hope you're enjoying it, Kevin. You need a translator. That's right. You got to get the Midwest translation to drink your pop. Kelly uses a TCG app that would scan the front of the card similar to Amazon. It would pull all the details. Oh, wow. Awesome, man. I don't know what TCG stands for, but that's very cool. Congratulations, Ralph. And again, thank you very much, everybody, for leaving the thumbs up. I hope it's because you care. Mark, you probably are up in that stuff, man. Seriously, because you like the toys and things, and that's something else I don't really know much about. So you're probably very up on those more modern, collectible things. Very cool. Has run amok. Yeah, and again, I just don't know I don't know what's what anymore. You can't do anything or say anything. I want to get a t-shirt that says, "I'm offended by your existence." How's that? Google image one could pull it up. Yeah, I will. Craven Cards, he has a whole cheat sheet for me, which I'll look into with great detail. He's very meticulous. He's a school teacher, and he's always been really, detail oriented. So I'll have everything I need in this little pink piece of paper. Sarasota, cool. Heading to Tampa, postcard show. Oh man, that is awesome. You gonna do a video? I hear they do well. Do a video from the show. Speaking of postcards and postcard shows, Popeye's Postcards, welcome to the show. Great to have you aboard. You see this? Are you jealous? Should we take a trip? Tampa. Friday and Saturday, the Tampa Postcard Show. Or maybe they call it the Expo. Popeye and I went to the York, Pennsylvania. York, Pennsylvania. What I kept calling Postcard Show. It's actually called the Postcard Exposition. Kelly has a 50-inch downstairs. Your PC is 29. It works. There you go. Yeah. She's got a 65-inch. Hey now, upstairs. Beautiful. 40-inch. Yeah, I could deal with that. Thank you, Dawn. TCG equals trading card game. Beautiful. I thought that was like the name of the app or something. I love that, Dreamy Buys. Feel free to watch or listen in the background. But I honest to God, I completely encourage that. I love the conversation, obviously, with everybody. But yeah, get some listing done. If I'm watching similar shows or if I have something kind of in the background that encourages me to get listings done or like what I did today, kind of just editing some listings and going up here into these boxes and doing some inventory, just something that gets you in the spirit. I usually just crank some music, truth be told, but when I do watch these shows, I watch Jackass Retro every once in a while. I like his shows, the shipping shows. And as irritating as the sound of tape ripping can be, there's something very pleasing about it because it's a lot of the same people that watch my show, and it just promotes an atmosphere of reselling. So I like having it on in the background. Might be goofy. Dawn with the other link. Thank you, Dawn. TC trading card game. What was it called? Trading card game. Cool. Mark, I don't know if you have any children, but both of my boys were born in like the mid 90s, and they grew up with that kind of stuff. My oldest son loves Batman. Before it was cool, loves Batman and superheroes. He got, it's a great story with him. I took him to see the new King Kong that came. When did the new King Kong come out with Jack Black? That's probably like 10 years or more ago. But I took him to see the movie, and he was in absolute awe of it. And he went backwards and looked at the original King Kong from the 1932, 33, the claymation kind of stuff, was enthralled by it. And He must have been like 9, 10 years old. He made a beautiful model, an actual model by hand of King Kong, a movable, incredible. He's such a talented little boy, and I miss him. And he does amazing work. He did what is it called? Stop motion animation videos and stuff. And now he does actual movies. He's like a producer. So, but it was all inspired by a trip to the movie theater to see the new, what I consider new. Again, I'm sure it's 10 years old or so, but the new King Kong. Really good stuff. I got good kids. Yeah, Sarasota is very nice. I have family that live, it's a little south. I think it's south of you. It's definitely south of you. In Cape Coral. I go down there once in a while. Also, they call them a postcard Borse. I don't know what that is. All Florida collectibles, and she's going to do a video. Cool. Popeye, did you see the video I sent you? I posted it for everybody, but you might have seen it. Connie said she saw that already. But it was an interview with Mary L. Martin a year or two ago. She was interviewed by somebody at a library. So I just thought it was really cool. I'd never seen her before. And it was interesting to listen to her story and how she got into it. She was kind of born into it because her parents were huge postcard people. Very cool stuff. Definitely check it out if you haven't checked it out. After this show on your 40 to 65 inch television. You listed 375. Very respectable. Good stuff. Popeye is back on the what do you call it? Back on the horse? Back on the horse. What's up, Cameron? How you doing? Welcome aboard, sir. How are you? Cameron was doing some shows recently, shipping shows, and again, stuff I like to have just kind of playing. It's an atmosphere sort of a thing. Dawn with this looks, I'm going to have to take my dictionary out for some of this stuff. Antiquated? Did you use the term antiquated on my show, Dawn? That's very impressive. Don't want to perpetuate antiquated ideas. Ooh. Alrighty. Yeah, no comment on all that. I just... Son and daughter. Okay, cool. Oh, your son was a GameStop manager. Awesome. So he taught you a lot, huh? Hi, Lee. How are you? Print the shirts and we'll buy them. I offended that you got offended. Jiminy Flip It logo. No, mine is I'm offended by your existence. That's what I want to put on my shirts. But I like it. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, Floridiana show. Yeah, check it out, man. If you're interested at all in learning a little bit about her background and stuff, it was really very interesting. If you ever sell TCGs in bulk on eBay, don't allow returns. Uh-oh. You had someone buy a box off you, picked out all the good cards that opened, not described. Yep. They call that a scam in the business, Kelly. Sounds like a scam. I do worry about stuff like that. The video game marketplace, I know, is riddled with scams. Even to some extent, some of the records people can be a little scammy. Certainly a lot of the electronics, I was going to say telephones, cell phones, high-end electronics, all that kind of stuff is unfortunately sort of hunted, by these piranhas. Congratulations, Keith. For those of you who thought I was kidding, I wasn't. I made a little deal with eBay, the folks at eBay. Made a call. Listen, guys, gals. Havre de Grace. Havre de Grace is a stone's throw for me. I can get there in like 45 minutes. I go past that every couple of weeks on a drive to Florida. Not every couple of weeks, but every couple of months on a drive to Florida. And many times for some of my shows that take place down there in like Ocean City, Maryland and all that. They have a big scary bridge that gets you over to Havre de Grace. Just got a sale. You better hurry, Michael, because otherwise, you know what's going to happen with that sale that you got without giving a thumbs up? They're going to cancel on you. They're going to send a request, sorry. So be a good lad and put a thumbs up, please, if you wouldn't mind. Antiquated ideas for 200, Alex. Absolutely. The one with the touche comment. Electronic technician. I do not sell anything that has batteries or plugs. Yeah, it's just unfortunately the likelihood of you getting scammed or ripped off is just so high with that stuff. I'm not saying it's a great niche to be in and you can make tons of money. Ironically, I told you guys I worked in 10 years ago. 10 years ago exactly. I worked in the Geek Squad at Best Buy. And guess what Best Buy was? It was next door to the bookstore that we used to go to all the time, Barnes and Noble. And guess what they had in the back of Best Buy that was eerily similar to what they had in a big green plastic thing that fits stuff. It was called a dumpster. Problem is the Best Buy dumpster was locked. But let me just tell you, you could make a fortune off of some of the stuff. They would throw out everything, all the cables, all the accessories that they make so much money on. You know, USB cables and HDMI cables and little gadgets and mice and junk that they get for nothing and sell for incredible, huge markups. They would get rid of them with alarming frequency. And I always wanted to be able to get into that Best Buy thing, but unfortunately they locked it. This one they couldn't do anything. I resold the commons. Cool. I could bench tech so much stuff. Yeah. Florida Man Jim, welcome aboard, sir. How are you? Good to have you, man. Welcome to the show. Speaking of Florida, did you hear about this big event coming up in Sarasota? Where is it? Is it Tampa? I'm sorry. What was the Florida thing? Combo postcard show / all things Florida show. Here we go. All Florida collectibles. Do we know what town that's taking place in, John? I think you and I both go to Florida pretty often. I do. You worked at Best Buy for 2 weeks when Geek Squad and cell phones were starting. I'll tell you, the Geek Squad thing, it was, I actually enjoyed it because I really, it's going to sound corny, but I really did like helping people. Like they had a little, you could kind of do a, what do they, in medical field, they call it a, like a triage kind of a thing. They had a triage for electronics and computer stuff. And you get these old people that like, I can't get into Yahoo or whatever. You could just like sit them aside on a little, they had like a desk with like 5 stations and take a look at the computer for them. And I mean, I used to, it's probably not good for Best Buy business, but I would do so much stuff for free. I'm like, don't pay $50 to do this. Like, it's so simple. And I would show people how to do things. And I enjoyed doing that. But man, all they wanted you to do, and Mark could probably attest to this, all they wanted you to do was buy these stupid warranties and extended warranty plans and all this stuff that were just cash cows for these companies. And it actually aggravated me a lot. You know, just help. Most of the people that came in for whatever reason to my store were sort of elderly-ish, not elderly, but, you know, older and definitely not computer savvy people. And it was like when Windows 7 just came out, or a couple of years after Windows 7 just came out, and they were so used to XP for 10 years and they didn't know what to do. And anyway, I hated retail with a seething passion. I believe it. Yeah, well, they threw it into oh no, so you couldn't even get it in the dumpster, so the divers couldn't get there. That's not cool, Lori. Sandy, congratulations. You're very welcome. Just tell them Jiminy Flip It Stud just sent you. All right? That's all I ask. Dave just mentioned it today. Okay, cool. Well, maybe more to come down the pike. The new horde of cards. Yes, exactly. Nothing wrong with admitting it, right? Mark, remember they left you alone in PC area. New crap about Apple. Yep. Turn the Apple off. We had a, it's funny because, you know, the Apple and Microsoft would rent space within the Best Buy. They have like, I'm sure it's still the same. They have like an Apple area, and only the Apple sales rep could talk about Apple stuff. But we took in anything. But they were very, very, how do I say it? They were very particular about when you talked about a specific piece of hardware or whatever. Like you would have to kind of, you would pushed to always, everything in retail is upsell, right? So whether they need it or not, oh, why don't you pay a visit over to our Apple section and pick up a new, you know, airport thing. It's just so stupid. Very little emphasis on actually helping people and just trying to rip them off and make them buy things they don't need. It was awful. Floridiana is a few months. Oldsmar postcard show outside Tampa. Yeah, that's really cool. Again, let us know how it goes, man. Hopefully you'll do a video from maybe even like a little live look in. I'd be all over that. I did that over in New York. It was fun. In fact, I was gonna say probably. I know for a fact I was the only one walking around with a live show at that postcard show. Nobody else was doing it, and I tried my best not to interfere with anybody's conversations or be intrusive in any way. I was just walking around like this and just kind of showing everybody who couldn't be there the layout and what was going on. It was a great experience, and I really can't wait. Next week before Thanksgiving, I think John said, be back. 10 more months we'll be there. Good evening, Jackie Jack. How are you? Welcome to the show. If you wouldn't mind giving a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. We've already had multiple people who said one who didn't leave a thumbs up and still got a sale, but he's going to be bright and leave a thumbs up because he doesn't want to return. A bunch of people are already saying they got sales tonight with the thumbs up. So welcome aboard. If you're enjoying the show, please consider giving a thumbs up. I did say it was going to be kind of short. I don't know anything else to really bring up right now other than what I opened up with and the fact that sales were awful all weekend for me. But I don't care. I mean, I care, but I'm not going to, whine about it. Just move on. I did a lot of tidying up with listings and with physical merchandise up there again. Friday night, we were invited over to my wife's cousins to play a little game of Parcheesi. No, I'm not kidding. We were invited over to my wife's cousin's family. Very, very nice people to kind of just hang out with them. So I'll see about a show Friday. I'm not sure what time we are scheduled or slated to go and visit. So hold your horses on that one. I'll make an announcement. Maybe I will, maybe I'll do one before that if I know I can't make it Friday. Again, I would like to do a listing show. Let me know if you guys would like to do another listing show, or if you just prefer this kind of hang out and chat format. Either one works fine with me. Of course, I love the listing shows, but there's so many people that are into postcards now that have infiltrated my show. Now, I brought them in because I love it too. It's changed the dynamic pretty drastically from months ago when I was kind of almost exclusively, at least as far as shows go, talking about print ads. Now so many postcard people. Again, conceivably we could do postcard listing show too. That's always fun. Just talking postcards, showing off pictures. I did write Kelly earlier because I came across something in a lot that I picked up. I don't remember. I think this must have been the postcard show. It was a choo-choo train. I love the choo-choo trains, but it wasn't really a postcard. It looked like a postcard. It's just like a white, completely plain white back. And on the front, it had a picture of what's called a switching car in a yard. Jersey City, 1939. It was a nice image and all, but it looked more like just an image like that. And again, so I wrote Kelly on Instagram and said, hey man, here's a picture of this. What do you think this is? And he said, oh yeah, those are pretty common. They're like reproductions, but I didn't know whether to put it in a postcard category or like a photo category. So I think I'm going to list it as like a photo, but it was in a postcard lot. It's exactly the same footprint of a postcard, the same measurements. I was thinking of showing everybody just to get the group conclusion on what I have. Yeah, that's a truism, Popeye. Yeah, I listed my butt off and ungats for me. So yeah, I know that's very true too. Oh, you enjoy them? Thank you. Everybody seemed to enjoy them too. I do enjoy doing them. But again, it's just that the paradigm has shifted slightly. Exhibit or arcade card. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to show you this just for the heck of it. Allentown in April. That's a stone throw for me, man. I could get up there in like an hour and less than an hour and a half. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'd be interested. Are you going up to that, Popeye? It depends on. I usually have a lot of concerts in April, but we'll see. Card. Yeah, when I'm not clear how to define it, or even like what category to put it in. That's another thing that Kelly and I were talking about. Like I said to him, like, should I even like list this as a postcard? And he goes, probably just put it like in a photo category. So we'll see. I'll show everybody. It's nothing fancy or anything. It's very nondescript, and it threw me for a loop because it was in the middle of. It's the first one I've had like this, that was in a whole slew of postcards, and I'm like, what the heck is this thing? 6-month-old Canon Pixma printer and scanner yesterday for $20. Oh wow! It kept sending you Apple setup. What's up, Mike? 1912 Schooner Elvira Ball of Mystic, Connecticut. Mystic, Connecticut's a beautiful town. What should I list that for? I always have to try to translate these abbreviations. Postcard size. That's a good one, Michael. I mean, it can't hurt to just, it would almost be impolite not to at least show up and see what they got, right? Most of those are not. That's good to know, actually, Mark. That was going to be part 2. Marty, we're watching a movie. You only gave half attention. No problem. Yeah. Let me, if you don't mind, guys, I'll pull it up. Let me get rid of this thing. Oh, I did have one other thing I'm going to bring up, but I'll do that later. We'll do that afterwards. Let me pull up the photo really quick. I just want to show you guys, entertain me, because I'd like to know what it is. If I can remember what the heck folder it was in. Shoot, hold on. I know it's in the eBay photos folder, but I don't remember what my inventory was. Let's see something. Dope. See. Not that one. C3. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just looking for the picture. Here it is. Okay. This is the front. The back is, there's nothing to show you. The back is completely just a white, plain black, nothing on it whatsoever. So here's the front. I like the image. And then, Kelly asked a good question. Does it feel like glossy, like photo paper or like cardstock? It has a glossy-ish. I'm very familiar with photo paper. I have tons of it because for my wife's business, I'm always printing stuff on photo paper. It sort of feels like photo paper. I don't know if it was just cut to fit the contours of a postcard. Anyway, let's take a look, shall we? Let me know what you guys think. I'd be very, very curious to know. All righty, pulling it up right now. There it is. Get myself out of here. Hold on. You see that? It just says Lehigh Valley, number 100, early type, 500 horsepower yard switcher from Jersey City, 1939. You see how the top is sort of crooked? I almost think somebody cut it to match the format of a postcard. And the back, again, is exactly like you see here. Just that plain old white, nothing else to it. Ridiculous how difficult those two companies make people's lives. Oh, Apple and Microsoft. Jackie Jack did some sourcing. Cool. Awesome. Victoria, you have the mother of all scanners, my scanner, the A3. Cool. All right, everybody, take a look at this. What do you think? Mark, Popeye, Kelly, what's going on here? Connie, if you're still in. Clearly not a postcard. Oh, I had a little echo from the. Not a postcard, just resembling the size of one. When Kelly he said he was watching a movie now, but when we were talking a little earlier, he was like, the word that kept coming out of his mouth was reproduction, repro. Are we certain it's a modern repro? I know it's hard to tell by just looking at something. The back has nothing on it, Cameron, whatsoever. It's a completely bare white back. I can pull it up, but there's nothing to see. So I'd really appreciate if anybody could provide me with some insight on this one. Wrestling cards, says Vintage Card. Mark has some good ones. Cool. Modern repro. But is it not that I'm not asking if it's a real photo necessarily. Is it a photo reproduction or a card reproduction? Does anybody know? I'll show you the back just because but it's a plain white, nondescript, nothing on it, which adds to my mystery. All right, here's the exciting back of the card. There you go. Wonder to behold. Litho printed. No problem. Let's pack away. Vintage, that gorgeous Rose wrestler. Yeah, bust out the loop is a good thing. Picture of a picture. You see, I mean, you can't get less than that. A plain old white. Reproduction of an older card as opposed to a photo. Yeah. No, I'm going to list it. I just want to list it properly. Card of a train. There you go. This way you're not committing to photo. You're not committing to postcard. It's clearly not a postcard, right? There's nothing on the back. Again, like everybody says, it could be a modern, just a reproduction. They just took a picture of the front and that's it. Rather lazily. I thought it was cool. I love the choo-choo, so I like the image a lot, on the front. All right, cool. So it's probably some sort of, it's a choo-choo, absolutely. Railfan card, shared at train events. Cool. A Railfan card. At like train expo sort of things, like let's just say credit card, postcard show sort of thing, the equivalent for the train people. Oh no, I'm not saying it's expensive. I just want to know what it is. I'd like to know what it is for my own edification. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Dawn, right? Edification. I should just put choo-choo. Picture of a choo-choo on white paper. How's that? Just for comic value, that should sell. Yeah, Railfan is a good term. Just want to show everybody that one. The next thing I want to show everybody, this is just, it's sort of a response to a lot of questions I get. And let me go back and pull it up so I can present this correctly. But I've received questions, postcard and print ad related, as far as shipping, right? Everybody's probably seen my shipping video with the print ads. It's listed below the stuff I use, the clear plastic and the rigid mailer, right? Never, ever had a problem. I've had some people say, what, you don't put a board on it? What, you don't do this? No, and it's perfect. I want to show everybody this really quickly. I just pulled this up. This is, what do they give it? The 25 most recent feedbacks, 2 of which I just got today. I just want to show everybody to sort of make everybody feel better about if you're thinking of doing the print ad thing, or even if you're doing postcards and you're concerned that you need to ship postcards in a certain fashion. I want to show you this. This is feedback on the eBay. Just pulling up the whole screen. This is, again, it's the last 25 of them I received. The first 2 were just received today. All right. So the first one, you got to love people just like, good transaction. Fine. That was a print ad. Look at this really nice one I got today. It was a 1918 Big Ben West clocks. Arrived in perfect condition. Thank you so much to the seller for their awesome packaging of the ad. I highly recommend the seller for their skill in obtaining and preserving a shipment of a magazine page from 1918. Really, really cool. That's overboard. I mean, that's somebody that you almost want to go over and shake their hand with something as nice as that. But this is typical. I mean, that's a print ad, right? And everybody knows how I ship my print ads. This is a print ad. This is a record. Thanks, awesome. Postcard mailed in my little envelope with my that little thing that I showed everybody, the the kind of like styrofoam thing. Careful, quick shipping. So I almost always the real reason I'm showing this is I almost always get praised for the shipping, right? Item is described, packaged well. Exactly as described, packed well. That's a postcard. Fast service, well packed. That's an ad. Great turnaround. That's a record. Fast payment. Sorry, I don't know what this is. Funny, guys. I don't know what this one is. I'm sorry. It was in my mailbox. I have no idea what that means. Very nicely packed. Very nicely packed. Okay. This guy writes okay on every feedback. At first, I was concerned. Thank you for your order. This is me ordering those things from Matt's Baseball. Thanks. Great experience tracking, well packaged. That's a record. Postcard, great service, package to protect. Good seller. Fast packaging, fast thing, great packaging. I just wanted to share that because I like I said, I get a lot of feedback or questions, nothing negative, but like, are you basically saying, are you sure what you ship out these ads and you don't put any kind of backing on them and all that? No. And again, knock on wood and cross fingers, cross eyes. No, everything goes out perfectly. I never have any issues whatsoever. And again, not only do I not have issues, I'm often in feedback, praised and appreciated for my shipping techniques. Just want to throw that out there for everybody. So don't be afraid. You have a box, you throw stuff like that in. I'm not sure what that means, Mark. What is this, Dawn? Got a long link. Really? Just to throw the name in? It's nice to get a really long one that's sincere. It's funny. Usually if you have a long one, I was like, uh-oh, when I first looked, I'm like, oh man, here we go. Usually when people, ranting or whatever, they'll write a paragraph, but that was really nice. Exactly, Michael. The one that said okay, I was like, okay, that's like a backhanded comment. But I went in, I'm sure a lot of people that you go in and see what kind of feedback they leave for people. Every single one, okay. Thanks, would buy again. Thanks, would buy. They use the same like canned format. That's fine. Oh yeah. Funeral paper. I mean, that's an age-old trick. Oh, Mark was wearing the stripper shoe. Nice. You got Raven feedback on a patch you had to cancel. You beg to differ. The people who leave long comments also can't help themselves from sending you a long email. Yeah. Yeah. Again, it was a positive long thing, but at first I got to admit, I was like, uh-oh, what's this? And those first two were just both today. But anyway, yeah. My shipping is one of my pride and joys. And it's just really cool to see that, even with the postcard thing, because that's still new to me. And I've only had to ship one card that wasn't standard envelope, because it was the only one that was over $20. It was $50. When First Class got rave review about that, and that was cool. The guy that wrote, he's like, great addition to my marble collection. It was an image of some kids from Mexico, I think it was, or Texas, Mexico border, playing marbles, and apparently the guy collects marble postcards. Way to go, Popeye! Congratulations. You leave thumbs up on my show, you sell. That's all there is to it. It's quite black and white. Congratulations, Popeye. What'd you sell? Again, anybody who hasn't seen, we talked about it Friday, but Popeye did a really nice video, a year, an update, like an anniversary update to his mega $1 million purchase last year. Hard to believe it's been a year already. So check that video out if you haven't checked it out. It's really cool. Yeah, I do. I like to read them. Because if there's anything, I mean, again, knock on wood, I'm 100%. I haven't really had anything bad. But I take, there's something to be said for constructive feedback. If somebody had a problem with my shipping techniques or whatever, I would take it to heart, sort of. It depends on where it comes from and how they word it. But I like to read it. I think it's good to get feedback that isn't canned, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Jackie Jack, you just got here though, man. It's going to take a little bit. I will have to look it up. You showed me a ton at York, but I probably will remember. Isn't it funny? You do sort of remember these things. Let's see. Popeye with the link. Yes, absolutely. You know what that reminds me of? Beach Blanket Bingo. Anybody remembers those movies? Annette Funicello? And that's a chrome, isn't it? It's like a Beach Blanket Bingo era. Very cool, man. $15 for a stupid little piece of paper. It's good work. I mean, again, I'm new at it, but yeah, you're absolutely right. You do sort of remember. The one that just sold was a hospital in Oklahoma. I thought you were saying okay, like the feedback in Oklahoma. Cool. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, I'm already starting to, even when I'm going through new stuff to list, which I'm still almost finished, but still listing some of the stuff from that York thing. You start to remember. I remember seeing this. I remember seeing this. I can't tell you exactly where it's listed or when I listed it, but yeah, you do. You suddenly become very familiar with these things. Well, congratulations to Popeye for a sale. And again, thank you everybody for coming in and leaving a thumbs up if you were so inclined to do. Tomorrow will be the part 8 video in the heralded multi-part, now 8-part series about vintage print ants. Soup to nuts, all you need to know, and then some. Hope it helps some people. I really enjoy doing it. I genuinely enjoy all the feedback I get and comments. It's really kind of everybody to do that, and I appreciate it very much. Again, I talk about everybody's guaranteed a sale. I'm sitting here an hour and 50. Well, from the time I actually went on, about an hour and a half in, nothing. What the hey? It's all right. It all comes around, doesn't it? Made a blooper. Uh-oh. Sold call 10 minutes after you listed it. 1907 Jamestown Exposition, but 13. Oh! Yeah, really cool video, Jackie Jack. Definitely everybody check it out. I guess that's going to happen. The one thing about the quantity that a lot of you, especially Popeye, Kelly, all these, Connie, Mark, I think it almost becomes a numbers game. Like eventually you're going to get screwed with one of those things, but hopefully you also are the beneficiary of some of those. So hopefully they all kind of come out in the wash, as they say. But yeah, I can imagine that must happen with the volume that everybody goes. You see so many cards and list so many cards. There's bound to be a boo-boo now and then. Craven cards. What kind of standard envelope do you use on postcards? I used a PWE on trading cards sometimes, and it was going to put some of my postcards up. I use just a regular, I don't even know what the dimensions are. Hang on. I'll show you. It's right here. I use a 9.5 by 4 inch, good old regular envelope. It's got like it's one of those ones that has like the lining inside. Oh, excuse me, that you don't see, the contents. It has a little removable sticker. A lot of people use the Eco Swift thing, which I didn't know anything about until a couple shows ago, and was told everybody uses them. I'm sure they're good. They provide a little more. It's like I guess like a really thin cardboard or whatever, but it's cool. Whatever you got to use. It's definitely on. I think you're using too many fancy words, Dawn. You got to tone it down a little bit, and then you'll get your sale. Definitely check out Popeye's show. It's really cool. Yeah, I have no idea what PW. Oh, Kelly not knowing what an abbreviation means? Welcome to my world, man. EcoSwift, yeah. You realize the eBay phone app is not reliable? Yeah, I'm not. I could care less about that app. I use it for, what do I use the eBay app for? Nothing. The only thing I would ever use the eBay app for is like to accept an offer or something, or read when a sale comes through, or I'd send offers on the phone if I'm on the road. Personal white envelope. Yep. Plain white envelope. There you go. Cool, cool. Yeah, I use a plain white envelope. That's for sure. Cool. Yeah, and as you saw in that little sampling, no problems. Everybody carefully shipped. And then I have, which I'm sure, I think these are very similar to what's the name of that brand? EcoSwift. The good old eBay rigid mailers. These things are outrageously cool. These things, they're like, Fort Knox with these things. If anybody has these, they come with the, with your store, you can get them. I stocked up. I have hundreds of these that I stocked up on. These are perfect for my higher value, over $20 value. Postcards, I would mail them in this, first class. And so far, no problem. So I did look up those Eco Swifts because Kelly was telling me about them last show or the show before, whatever. I hadn't heard of them. And he was telling me that they're like the gold standard or whatever, that everybody uses them in postcards. I'm like, okay, cool. And I looked them up. I mean, kind of the same thing. They just have a little more protection, I guess. So, whatever. Jay Smith, welcome to the show. You're 20 minutes behind. You vote for a postcard listing show. Very cool. Yeah, we could definitely do that. Because guess what it winds up becoming? A conversation about postcards. And when is that ever a bad thing, right? We take a look at a postcard. Like we just kind of did a little bit in that nondescript white piece of paper with a train on it, choo-choo on it. Yeah, I know they pulled them down. Everybody noticed that when you go to use your quarterly coupon, like they definitely slim pickings. They also got rid of I use these things all the time. The record mailers for LPs. I used to get mine from eBay, and they're not available anymore. These things are a godsend. They fold. They're perfect for 12-inch LPs. Now I have to go to like a third party to get them and spend money. I wish they would bring them back. You know what I did buy one time? It was a complete waste of time. The stickers. Anybody have those? The eBay stickers? I know I have them somewhere. Maybe I threw them out. Oh no, these stupid things. Does anybody use these? And if so, what the heck do you use them for? I got tons of these things with my coupon, probably like a couple years ago. I don't think I've ever used one. I can't think of what to use this on. These colorful stickers. Tons of them. In retrospect, I wish I had picked up some more rigid mailers. Yeah, definitely. Those are great to have. 12 by 12? You mean the same sort of rigid mailers? The maker of the 5x7s, 2-month boxes in the storage unit. Yes, Popeye is hooking me up with some LP mailers, which I'm all over. I appreciate that. Yeah, so uncool. I have the tape. They came up with some, I'll tell you the tape. I have the standard. I like the white with just the like the eBay logo, the red, yellow, and blue, whatever colors. But, they've tried to deviate from that. I have like a blue, like a sky blue tape with a little bit darker blue eBay. I don't like using that. I know it's stupid. Who cares? It's just tape. But I like the standard white eBay tape with the colorful, if I'm going to use it. You cover up labels that are stuck on boxes. Oh, yeah, please. I've done it 100 times. She slaps the stickers on the package, yeah? Okay, cool. I'm glad to see that there is some use for them. Nice, nice, nice. I just ripped the labels off. I ripped them off. We took 300 cards last week. Bogging down your eBay store, really? Kind of what I did today. I was doing a little, like I said, a little inventory, a little cleaning up. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing? Use them in a button maker? Yeah, maybe. Good to have you, man. Welcome to the show. In the middle of the back. Won't be ordering those. Yeah, that was a waste. I mean, I was going to say a waste of money. It's not a waste of money, but could have been, a coupon much better utilized. 3-inch wide eBay tape. He gets 2 out of a U-Haul box, and he cuts cutoffs for other shipping. Yeah, he's an original shipper. I'll say that. Watching the shows, trying to just make everything up from scratch. I really do take shipping very seriously. I think it could be wind up being a huge black eye for you if you get in a rut of lousy shipping, and I think it's incredibly important. I consider myself, if you're ordering something off eBay or Amazon or wherever you order from, you want your stuff shipped properly, right? So I really take great efforts to make sure everything I ship out is good quality. That's all. I think it's important. I struggle with my coupon too. I was like, what do I want? It was all the same kind of junk. Yeah, man. Thank you very much. All is well. Great to have you aboard. Hopefully, if you left your thumbs up, Jeremy, guaranteed a sale. Again, the guarantee. Now we pull back from the guarantee after 8 o'clock. After the first hour, guarantee becomes likelihood that you'll get a sale during the rest of the show. But again, tonight probably is going to be super long. Yeah, these stickers are waste of space for me. The way he ships his, he just, everything is like just, like ramshackle bits of cardboard with tons of tape. I don't know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. As long as it gets there safely, who cares, right? But I definitely, I don't skimp on shipping. You know what I mean? I don't skimp on shipping. I do records in 78s, which if anybody's ever sold a 78 or tried to ship a 78, can be really rough to ship. They're so incredibly fragile. In fact, I have a couple to go out tomorrow because there was no mail today. One thing I don't, I understand, again, from a buying perspective, somebody bought a 78 for me yesterday. And of course, I get a message 10 seconds later. Please make sure this is wrapped securely. My post office has been bashing my boxes. So right away, I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, here's a potential hassle right out of the gate. This guy's going to be, going to claim that it was broken or whatever, whether it is or not, and try to get away. It was like a $19 78. I'm a little nervous about that, but I always wrap them very carefully. So and I'm tempted to also rebound and say all my shipping is always, very, very carefully done and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't even write back. Am I talking about Matt? I was just talking about the shipping show. Like he kind of, everything is like ad hoc. Like it looks like he just keeps making, refabricating old boxes and stuff, which is fine. Free cards in every order, base cards. That's cool. Pizza boxes problems. That's interesting. Yeah, sure. Especially a small pie. It's probably 12 by 12, 13 by 13. I love my record mailers. They're just so convenient, and you could fit a bunch of them in there. You don't ship 78s in those, let me just tell you. But for my LPs, which is my main, LPs and 78s are my two big things. I just don't have a lot. I never got into the 45 thing, and I know there's a big marketplace for 45. Some of those 45s sell super well. But I just kind of dig the regular LPs, the albums, and the 78s because there's so many out there, and they're so dirt cheap. You can get them for nothing. Go to any antique mall, pretty much, you get stacks of 78s. You just have to do a little research into what they are, and a very basic cleaning with literally just some soap and water in a sink, and that's all it takes. Never use record cleaner on shellac. I think I have a video. Do I have a video about records? I think I do. If not, I'll make one. I know I have a record about using Discogs, if anyone wants to check that out. Record people. Attaboy. Yeah, I'm not, I'm neither condoning or criticizing his packing. It is what it is. It's unique. I have nothing to say. I just, to me, as long as it gets there safely, that's fine. But I just want to reiterate that for me personally, I take packing really seriously. I want it to be done well, and that's all. No critique on anybody's methods, as long as they work and nobody's hurt. Customers like to feel like they've been heard. I respond to those messages with reassurance. They typically say thank you. Correct. That does happen on occasion, but it also could be a precursor of troubled times ahead, Dawn. I've seen that too. Especially when they preface it with something like, my mail, whatever, I forgot what he said. My post office has been destroying my packages of late. Almost everyone I get has a dent and a bump. It's setting the table for a problem. We'll see what happens. I will ship it very carefully, as I always, whether we wrote that or not, it would have been shipped with care and love. But now I'm just kind of bracing for the inevitability of I told you to ship it carefully. Blah, 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 you know. Why people would want to scam me out of a $20, 80-year-old piece of shellac, I couldn't tell you. You ripped a postcard you bought. There was so much tape on the envelope, and then again inside the postcard was all tape. Oh my God, the postcard was taped up? Tape and paper. You know what I mean? They don't cohabit. Coexist. Whatever the word is. All right, I will get back with everybody about Friday. Like I said, we have a family. We were invited over to my wife's cousin's house to hang out for the evening. And I'm not sure what time that is yet. So, but again, my wife, unfortunately, is very under the weather. So we'll see. She might not even be able to go next week. I hope she is. And then I do have a really nice show coming up, Beatles show on Saturday in New Jersey. If anybody's interested and lives in the area, love to see you out there. It's a ticketed event in, what the heck is it called? Blackwood, New Jersey is the name of the town. It's a theater. Playing down there. Can't wait on Saturday. So if I don't do a show Friday, it will just be because we're doing that family visit. And maybe I'll do a quick listing, like somebody put out, Jay Smith had suggested a postcard listing show. Maybe we'll do it Wednesday or Thursday if you guys are up for that. I'll throw it out there. But again, just keep an eye out on that tab. I like to use it. That what is it called? Community tab. Because I like to post on there and keep everybody up to date on stuff like that. So, like, for instance, if we're definitely not going to come on Friday, I'll probably throw a note in the community tab. So check that out on my page. And we're probably going to wrap it up for tonight. It's 8:30, a measly hour and a half, which seems like 10 minutes because we usually go a lot longer. But again, my wife's not feeling well. I kind of want to tend to her, make sure she's okay. And again, thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Whether it was for your own selfish needs that you want to sell or you just actually enjoyed the show. In either instance, I appreciate it. I hope it was the latter, though. And yeah, just look out in the community tab. I'll make an announcement about any listing shows coming up for the rest of the week. I hope you have a great week. If anybody has any more questions, again, you could always reach me, JiminyFlip@gmail. I get tons of emails from everybody, and I really enjoy them. Hanging out with people and talking about reselling, cards, ads, whatever you got. I'm going to have to do a little research on these groovy cards that my son gave me. He told me they're $75, so we'll throw them up there. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, she, it's the thing. She was under the weather a couple of weeks ago, got better, and then, I mean, she's down hard. She's really like sick. Stomach ache going to, the whole thing. Can't breathe. Awful. So I got to go baby her. I got to go baby my baby. I will see everybody sometime this week. Check out the community tab, and I'll give you the details on that. And again, check out in the community tab, check out the video, really cool with Mary Martin, if you want to check it out. And look out for part 8 of the print ad series coming at you tomorrow. All right. I will see everybody later on. Bye-bye.